Welcome to Blue Talks.
Good morning. I am honored to be here at Cambridge University today and to share my talk with you. I'd love to talk about the power of our beliefs, and I'd love to ask you a question today, and that is, what if you could? Has anyone ever asked you that question before? Or better yet, have you ever asked that question of another person? So many of us have been told we can't do things. But how many of us have been encouraged to do things, to follow through, to listen to our hearts? Who here has been told they're not good enough to do something? Not strong enough? Not big enough? Simply not smart enough? Or just not enough? And have those things held you back from being who you wanted to be, from making the choice of a career, of following your heart, your passions, instead of following where the money is or where your family traditions bring you? So, who here made choices to follow in family footsteps? Your father, he's a lawyer, he's a doctor, that's what's expected of you. If your parents are first responders, a lot of times that is an expectation placed upon you as well. You also have people who are told that they're not smart enough to go to university, or that people like them don't go to school. People like them get a job, start working, start building a family. And as women, especially 30 years ago, when I was looking at my career choices, women were expected to have children, to be married, to stay at home and raise them. If that was an expectation, did you follow it instead of your heart? Did you give up on your dreams? Perhaps you had a love of sports. You wanted to play baseball. You wanted to play hockey. I am Canadian, so we play hockey. Or maybe you had a love of the arts, whether that be dance, music, or painting, and you were told that those things don't pay bills, and you went on to get a real job, as people say. But what if you didn't listen? Who would you be today? Would you have a different career? Would you have a different spouse? Or perhaps you wouldn't even have one, because you know as a female you can do it without one. Would you still have hobbies that bring joy to your heart? Would you be playing a musical instrument, or would you still be playing in some sports? You see, in my 20s, somebody doubted me, somebody who was a very important part of my life at that time. Had I listened to them, I would never have had the career I had. So when I was 20, my boyfriend at the time and his friends were all writing the entrance exams for policing. And they were talking about how hard it is, no one ever gets in the first time. And I spoke up and said, I should write the test too. And they looked at me and said, you're too little, you'd never get in. So being me, I didn't even know if I wanted to do it, but just to prove a point, I wrote it. I passed it, he didn't. Out of the 6 boys, only one made it. Started going through the process, and I kept passing. I passed the physical fitness standard, which is the same if you're 6 feet tall and 200 pounds, or you're 5'3" and 115 pounds. You still have to do the same test. That is the standard. If I had listened, I would not have had the career that I had. I wouldn't have worked across Canada in some of our most remote locations. I got to work in the Baffin Islands with our Inuit people in a population of 400, a place that barely anybody ever gets to see. One of the things I also got to do was stand on the red carpet for the Queen of England while she inspected the troops while on a trip to Vimy in France. You see, I learned to listen to myself. Had I listened to others, I wouldn't have done that. Had I listened to that mean inspector when I was starting my journey through training saying women don't deserve to be police officers, especially anybody my size, I would have quit because he certainly made it very tempting and pushed me that direction. But again, one of my best traits sometimes is my pure stubbornness to proceed. So what labels are you still carrying with you today? Are you still thinking that you can't? Are you still thinking that you're not enough? Are you thinking that you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too old? Are you still carrying that with you today? If so, we're going to unpack some of those labels and look at the possibilities. If we drop those, what are the things that you may be doing? So we're going to look at our worries. We're going to let go of worrying. Too many people worry about what everybody else thinks, especially our family and our friends. Sometimes we are our worst critics as well. Not only is it the worry that we're going to fail, but it can be the worry that what's going to happen if I actually succeed? Will my friends still like me? What happens if I make more money than my boyfriend? What happens if I follow a career path that nobody in my family or in my culture, my community have ever achieved? What if I do that? Or when I started policing, I don't see anyone that looked like me. And I know a lot of people, our culture is so diverse now that that might be something holding people back. Just because you don't see someone that looks like you doesn't mean you can't. Actually, it's even a better reason to go ahead and do it. Sometimes we lose a lot of sleep and a lot of time when we worry, when in fact, worrying will never change the outcome. We can worry 1 time, 10 times, 100 times, which means your body is going to experience that trauma, that negativity, that fear, that anxiety in your belly, all those times, and it might never even happen once. So is it not better to have it happen 1 time than many times? Have you ever had a time when you had a meeting with your boss scheduled for the next day, and you end up worrying about it all night, thinking about the what ifs? What if I'm in trouble? What if I did something wrong? Oh my gosh, what if I don't have a job tomorrow? We stay up all night worrying about these things. And then we go into work the next day, we see our boss, or she, and they tell us, oh, it wasn't anything big. I got something else I need to do. We can talk tomorrow. We wasted all night, all that energy, all that lost sleep for something that wasn't important, that didn't matter. So I love this quote. It's by Zig Ziglar. Fear has 2 meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is ours. As a society, so many people, we're afraid. We run away from confrontations. We run away from possibilities. We run from taking action. And a lot of people don't realize that the lack of action is still a choice, and it's still action. It takes action to do a course. It takes action to decide not to get off your butt and apply for the course. So actions always can outweigh our fear. Actions can be tiny little baby steps. They can be huge leaps of faith. It's totally up to you. So we can take action now by simply taking a course. I'm not saying give up your job right away, but you can take a course that's going to help you. Maybe apply for a different job or apply for that promotion that you've always wanted. Maybe you're going to pick back up that hobby you stopped doing as a child that gave you so much pleasure, so much joy. Or perhaps you're going to start playing baseball again because that was something you enjoyed as a child. You're going to buy an instrument. And nowadays, we're so fortunate. You can learn how to play almost anything on YouTube. You don't even have to be able to afford guitar lessons. You can just learn online. We all deserve to be happy and to do the things that bring us joy. We need to get rid of the labels such as, I am not enough, I'm not smart enough, to, I am capable, I am strong, I am smart. Change I will fail to I'm willing to try. I will succeed. I will get there. Whatever it is that we believe is what we will achieve. So whether you think you can or you cannot, you are right. So why not believe that you can? So my question today is, what if you could? Thank you.